Good morning, Standard 9th. Before starting with today's class, I would like to inform you all about your online test syllabus. So students, the portion that you have to study for your test is chapter 1, that is the story of village Palampur, and chapter 2, people as resource till economic and non-economic activities. Now let us begin with our class. So in the last class we studied about division of labor, and then I told you all that quality of population depends on education, health and employment. And today we will study about education. So let us begin. Students, education is the process of learning for acquisition of knowledge. It is an important input for growth of a person. One of the most important benefits of education is that it improves personal lives and helps the society to run smoothly. By providing education, poverty can be removed to a large extent, and every person can provide their contribution to developing the country. So let us first understand the role of education in formation of human capital. How education helps in human capital formation. So I've written few points here. Let's have a look at it. Number 1. Education provides new aspirations and a modern outlook which open new horizons for people. It helps a person earn a good living throughout his life as he or she is open to wide opportunities. As we all know, students, that there is a direct relation between the level of education you achieve and your likelihood of finding a nice job. Point number 2. Education raises the productivity of the workforce, which not only contributes towards the growth of the individual but also helps in the development of the society as a whole. Students, we have discussed this, that when a person is educated, then the entire society gains through it, as it gives facility to the entire society. And the term productivity that has been used here, it means efficiency of people. Of course, an educated person is more efficient in converting inputs into useful outputs, as they are able to maximize output with limited inputs. Next, point number 3. Education allows an individual to increase his skills, thereby increasing the quality of his labor. That means the quality of his work. And this improves his value in the labor market. Students, we have discussed labor market when we were studying about division of labor. And this gives him higher salary. And if any person would be earning higher salary, that means that he will be contributing in the economy of a country. The higher salary increases the individual's contribution in the economy of a country. Moving ahead. Now let us study about the various policies that the government has made in the field of education. Number 1. There is a provision made for providing universal access, retention, and quality of elementary education with special emphasis on girl education. Students, in this point there are few important terms used. So let us understand the meaning of these terms. The first term is universal. Students, universal means relating to all people, something that involves everybody. Then access. Access means within reach. So whatever provision is being provided by the government should be within reach of the people. Otherwise, it won't be of any use. Then retention. That means to continue. So this means that whatever provision the government is providing, people should continue with it. Or if we relate here this with education, so this means that there should be no dropouts. And then quality, we all know quality means something of good standard. Now there is this term used, elementary education. What is elementary education, students? So it is defined as a period of formal education following preschool but before high school. And if I have to if I have to define this term simply, so I'll say that in India, elementary school means the education that is provided from standard 1st to 8th. So basically this point means that our government has made facilities to provide education to all the children up to standard 8th, all the children, universal. Students, you all must have studied about Right to Education Act. According to it, elementary education is compulsory. So the government has made provision for elementary education, and the main objective of this act, that is Right to Education Act, is to ensure that each child in India receives quality elementary education irrespective of their economic or caste background. Moving ahead to point number 2. So point number 2 says that there is also an establishment of schools like Navodaya Vidyalayas in each district. Students, Navodaya Vidyalayas are a system of schools that are run by Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti. These are fully residential and co-educational schools affiliated to CBSE New Delhi with classes from 6th to 12th. These schools are specifically tasked with finding talented children in rural areas and providing them with an education equivalent to the best residential school system without considering their family's socio-economic condition. So students, this is another step taken by our government in the field of education, that is setting up of Navodaya Vidyalayas in each district. And these schools provide good quality of education to the students. This is CBSE affiliated. Please remember that these schools provide education for classes standard 6th to 12th. And students, there is another point written here that these are specifically tasked with finding talented children in rural areas. Now, how this school will get to know that who are talented and who are not? So they have entrance test for it. And the students who qualify in those entrance tests get admission in these schools. Students, these are residential schools. Residential refers to the boarding schools where students live in school campus hostels, unlike the day schools that we have, in which students attend classes and then they return back to their home. Moving ahead to point number 3. So point number 3 talks about vocational streams. Students, these streams have been developed to equip high school students with occupational related knowledge and skills. What are vocational courses? So it includes those practical subjects which help to equip students with knowledge and skills that will prepare them to become skilled labor. So students, vocational education prepares students for employment. The term vocational means work related. So if anybody is pursuing a vocational course, it simply means that that person is learning skills that will help him or her to get a particular job. Few examples of vocational courses are Hotel Management Study, Bachelors of Education, Bachelors of Technology, etc. So that's all for today's class, students. Today we studied the significance of education in human capital formation, and then we discussed 3 policies of the government in the field of education. For your assignment, you will read the chapter. These policies are given in your book. Just go through it. So that's all for today. Thank you, students.